Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Giants Outsiders podcast, episode 31, the Farwell Show. You know what I'm saying? You are now rocking with the hardest voice of sports, the muscle of the Giants community, Fitz Vegas. And I'm joined by my esteemed co-host, the 60-minute man, the sharpest sports bettor on the planet, Cop Pizzle. What's up, baby?
What up, Fist? How we doing?
We doing good. Doing good, man. Enjoying the off season. That's what we doing.
Yeah. A few days away from the having to watch the Eagles in the Super Bowl. That sucks. That stinks. But I will say this: teaser alert here. Teaser alert. We've got a big. I got my biggest play of the whole season, betting wise, at the end of the show. Fist.
Are you serious? The biggest play?
Biggest play of the year. Biggest play of the year is at the Super Bowl. And I'm gonna give it to these fine people in this game. We've been giving winners all year long, Fist.
We really have.
It's like this show. You said this is episode 31. For 30 previous episodes, we've been hammering it out of the park. We've been giving the people what they need, what they want, what they deserve. All this other garbage out here is just simply that garbage. What you do is when you come over here, you get the real stuff. You get the real heat. You get the real meal, Fisk. And today, we're gonna close this show out with giving them an absolute banger of a sports betting pick. Can't wait to give it out. I'm gonna tell you right now, they're gonna have to call their grandmama and borrow some money. We got it. We're gonna make some money this week. We're gonna make some money in this game.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, Pizzle. I really wish. I wish we would have kept track because I think we're in like the 70 percentile range on these picks, bro.
We've been crushing it.
We've been crushing
it. And not only that, but it's like we've been even these just talking things out. You know, one of my favorite things that we did at the start of this year was when we talked about when we went through the schedule. And we were like, yeah, it could see 10 wins. Like the Giants I could see it. Like we talked it out. We talked it like two dudes having a conversation, figuring it out.
Yep.
You know, we didn't let all the hoopla of we're streaming and this and that. And we just talked it out. We figured it out. And it was great. And it's been great content. It really has been.
It really has.
I think you got some people confused. This ain't our last show. We're gonna take us an extended little break. We're gonna take a little break. You know, we don't. That's the thing about us, Fisk, is like we force feed. We ain't putting out microwave content for these people. We're not force feeding it. We give it to them how it needs to be served. We got a lot of and let me tell you what, we got a lot to talk about, Fisk. We got a lot to talk about. Because I'm stirring up shit. I got shit going on. You know, I'm talking shit on Twitter, and I want to talk to you about it. And we also got the Daniel Jones. We got Saquon Barkley stuff going on. You know, the draft is around. You know, draft will be here before you know it. You know, free agency, all that good shit. I mean, we got a lot to talk about this shit.
And what I want to do too is just to make things clear. Because it's the top of the show, and I know everybody will hear this because it's the top of the show. We're taking a break until what is it, Pizzle? March 15th, Wednesday the 15th, the first day.
We're gonna figure out the date to make sure we get it right, but it'll be somewhere around there.
This has been season 1 of the Giants Outsiders. Okay, we're not going nowhere. It's just been season 1. You know, when the Sopranos ended, they took a little break and then they came back with the next season.
And by the way, this channel just went over 10,000 subs.
Thank you.
And you know what's funny? I ain't gonna say no names, but I had somebody talking shit about our podcast today. they're talking that doo-doo. And I don't know. I mean, first of all, when you start something from the ground up, which is what we did in August, we've crushed it for a
Absolutely.
first year. I mean, we really have. I mean, our numbers have been great. We've been getting some great super chats. People have been supporting us, and beyond what we even like. I think we deserve it, Fist, but at the same time, they've been showing so much love to us, man.
My
And
favorite
so,
day of the week.
I mean, they've been showing so much love to us. I appreciate that. And for an up and coming podcast, like it's been a great first season, like no shit. And
Yes, it has.
we've had some great debates. We've had a lot of great we put out a lot of great content. I think the sky's the limit, baby. It really is.
And we if we breaking things down and we've tackled it in a way that no other content creators tackle
In a fun way too, Fist.
it. In
Like
a fun way. Yeah,
I
in a
you
fun
know,
way too.
you can do the whole like we could sit here and watch a game and and be analytical and break it down. But man, nobody wants to listen to all that shit all the time, man. Like we don't, we ain't all it ain't always about that. This is about two guys. We could do this show anywhere, Fitz. We could do this in a cigar lounge. We could do
Yup.
this in a backyard. We could do this but we could do this anywhere. We ain't gotta have all this nonsense and all this hoopla and pretend like it's something that we ain't. We just two dudes sitting down having a conversation talking ball.
Exactly. And it comes out so good.
By the way, I know you a LeBron guy. You a LeBron guy, ain't you?
Absolutely.
And
God's
I
gift of
I
basketball.
I hated that shit last night. I
He's
couldn't.
God's gift of
I
basketball.
can't. Listen, man. I don't care if I sound like a hater. I hated everything about last night's game. By the
He
way,
is God's gift of
fuck
basketball. The
that.
greatest player that ever lived. That's what he is. All right. He is the
I hated
greatest player
everything in
that
that last.
ever lived.
I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, I can't celebrate Tom Brady and not celebrate LeBron
How you gonna give a speech in the middle of the third quarter, Fisk?
because he just broke the all-time scoring record. That's a
Do
big
it.
freaking deal.
Do it at the end of the game.
They stopped the game for Barry Bonds. This what you do when you break a record like
Man,
that.
they
You
shouldn't even.
stop
They
the game.
should.
They stopped the game
They
for
did.
Steph Curry.
They did
Remember
do
when
that.
they stopped the game for Steph Curry?
Yeah, but man, I don't like when you stop the game. Just finish the game, and then we'll
Come on,
celebrate.
Pizzle. No,
But he
stop the
there
game.
breaking the record. Then he like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
He checked
I
out.
wish I'm gonna be honest with you. It would have been better
Kobe wouldn't
if
have checked
he.
out.
I mean, but Kobe. Because here's the thing, right? So
Just saying, not to make this about basketball, but I know you LeBron guy.
look, at the end of the day, it was unfortunate he did it in the third quarter. I was kind of hoping he did it in the first quarter of the Bucks game, but it is what it is, man. Look, LeBron is the greatest basketball player that ever lived. You cannot give Tom Brady credit and not give LeBron credit. Everybody talks about, Tom Brady played till he's 45 and Tom Brady got all these passing records and all this stuff. Well, LeBron is the same thing. You have to appreciate greatness. Tom Brady played till he was 45. LeBron James is still at an average of 30 in year 20. At the end of the day,
I'll say
respect greatness.
I am a LeBron hater, but I will say I will give LeBron credit about this. Almost all great athletes, even the best of the best, always have some type of off the field issues in some capacity, right? Mike Tyson
Yeah,
was great, but he had some off the out of the ring issues. Um, Even Tom Brady this season, right, going through divorce and
the
all that shit,
divorce. Yup.
little shit like that. Um, it always happens. Even MJ, I love Michael Jordan, but he had a gambling problem. He had a little something, he had a little
Yeah,
something,
he did.
something going on where he had to go play baseball. Fisk,
He did.
there was some shit going on a lot of great athletes. And LeBron, I will say this, even Kobe had his thing too. Um, LeBron's always kept it clean off the court.
He
So
absolutely
I
has.
got to give him credit on that. Absolutely got to give him credit on that.
And it's weird too because I feel like I don't wish this on LeBron, but it's hard to stay in it this long and stay clean. even with Tom Brady, he just played so long, he got divorced from it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, and with Tom Brady had the cheating scandals and stuff like that, the dude LeBron really has been clean.
Yeah. No, and look, getting divorced don't mean you a bad person. It's just you never hear shit like that from LeBron.
Yeah, he's really, LeBron doesn't get enough credit for just being just a great ambassador and a great face of the game. He doesn't get it. He really just doesn't get enough credit. And what I like about LeBron is, look, black fatherhood. I love when I see a black man who's the head of his household celebrate with his children. I don't know if y'all saw the clip of LeBron and his two sons in the locker room after the game, and he asked his sons, which one of y'all gonna break my record? You know what I'm saying? That's encouragement. That's called having a father in the household. Shout out to LeVar Ball. Shout out to Del Curry. You know what I'm saying? I love when I see a black father embrace his children. That meant a lot to me. Shout out to Papa Mahomes. Shout out to Papa Hurts. We need to celebrate our black fathers. They show Archie Manning ass every chance they get. They showed Oliver Luck ass every chance they got. We need to put some more respect on, black fathers and being a man in the house. He don't get credit for that. You know what I'm saying? I know that might not seem like a big deal to, some of y'all, but that's a big deal to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a black father with his children, raising them the right way. They're both probably gonna go pro, and LeBron's probably going to play basketball with his son, kind of like Ken Griffey Jr. and baseball pizzle. We're probably going to see Bronny James and LeBron James play on the same court in a couple years. And we gotta appreciate. You gotta appreciate that. Like I said, as a black man, it brought a smile to my face to see him in the locker room with his kids, bigging them up, letting them know, I want you to break my record, putting that in their spirit early. I love stuff like that.
No question. No, and my biggest issue with LeBron is all about on the court, but off the court, I think he's a good dude. He's solid. But anyways, let's talk some football. Fuck LeBron.
All right. So what we're gonna do is, because we don't really have like a true, we could go anywhere with the show right now.
I know exactly where I want to go with this, Fist.
Oh, okay. So you want to do the super chats first?
Hit the super chats, and I'm gonna go where I want it. I'm gonna take it somewhere.
All right. So shout out to Joshua Bennett, first super chat tonight. Remember, supporting big fish and supporting small businesses. How you been, Pizzle? Just wanted to come to the show. You and Fist some love while I still can. What's your take on the Giants signing Jimmy G as a true backup for the Giants and Danny Duke? We can't, because we guaranteed Tyrod 2 seasons, so we actually can't.
Yeah. What's up, Josh? Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I see them running it back with both Danny and Tyrod, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the way I kind of see that.
They guaranteed 2 years for Tyrod anyway, so we can't.
I see them running it back on that.
Because we wasn't doing a show at the time, because we started our show the first day of training camp. But when we signed Tyrod, I was like, bro, we could have got a freaking center with that.
And honestly, I don't think Jimmy G gonna be a backup in the league next season.
He's probably gonna quarterback the Jets, because I think Rodgers is gonna go to the Raiders.
Jimmy gonna find somewhere to go.
He gonna go right to the Jets. I'm calling that now. Jimmy G to the Jets, because I think Rodgers is going back to Devontae.
Yeah, I kind of feels like that to me too.
Yeah, Rodgers is definitely going back to Devontae, so I could see Jimmy G playing for the Jets, and it looks like Derek Carr is about to go ruin the Saints. So Derek Carr is so trash, bro. It's a joke. But shout out to LA. Remember, supporting big fish and supporting small businesses. Just watch highlights of Brandon Ayuk. He reminds me of something between OBGA and Hakeem Nicks. Danny would love throwing to that guy. I'm sold on Ayuk over Higgins. Yes. Higgins, all right, Pistol. So check this out. I've done a couple videos over the past week, and my take is this, because I don't know how you feel about this, but I believe with an off season with Daniel Jones and a second year under the Kafka Dable system, Hodgins can beat Higgins, if not better. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you give Hodgins training camp with Danny, the off-season workouts Danny's gonna hold, and second year under the book. I feel like he could be. I feel like he could be Higgins just as good as Higgins, if not better.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ayuk is a game breaker. That guy can take the top off the coverage. Most of the balls he catches are deep balls that get deep in the secondary, and he's a monster with the ball in his hands after a catch. And guess what? He run blocks his butt off. He blocks like a madman. I feel like Ayuk is the type of game breaker receiver that we need to really stretch and break the defense. Higgins isn't going to break the defense. I really feel like Hodgins can be Higgins. We saw Higgins without Chase, and that Bengal offense was not explosive. But go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say was you're starting to see players, not only just Ayuk, but like you see him hinting at the idea, like, yeah, I would like to play for the Giants.
Yep,
The Giants, the Giants have started with, thanks to Dable, and we can talk about Danny involved in some of that, but you can start to see that there are players that actually want to come to play for the Giants, which is something you haven't really seen the last few years, right?
Agreed.
Where you've got guys really going to social media and hinting at, and so whether it's Ayuk or obviously I don't think it's going to be T. Higgins. If the Giants are able to make that happen, I think it's really about players wanting to come to New York now, and that we're going to get better options at what we can have at certain positions. For example, the receiver position. I still feel like the Giants are going to emphasize a lot of their money in terms of their own free agents, making sure that they've got their contracts lined up for the guys that they already have on the team, and they'll put a lot of emphasis on the draft. I don't know how much we'll actually attack as far as trading or free agency goes. I definitely think they're going to get some plug and play guys there, but for example, like I could see like this draft coming up has got a lot of good interior offensive linemen, and I could see the Giants really attacking that area in the draft. And you have to know, Fist, that there's going to be a receiver that we draft in this year's draft. It's just somebody's going to emerge, right? Nobody really knew who Tyreek Hill was before Tyreek Hill was finally drafted and brought into the league, right? So
Exactly.
I know he was at Oklahoma State. Anybody that's an Oklahoma State fan, he was there for a start of his college career. But the fact is there's playmakers in this draft, and you know, it's always leave your options open in that there are players like an Ayuk, for example, that is in this draft. I know Ayuk is established and has got that thing, but you don't want the Giants to overdo it getting a player like him, whether it's a trade or free agency. So,
But here's the thing, though, too, Pizzle. Because of the name recognition, Ayuk is going to be cheaper than Higgins.
yes,
Because
no,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no,
Higgins is like the
I
name
100% agree.
recognition.
Yes,
Ayuk,
and look, and you're right. I think Isaiah Hodgins giving him an off season in the program is only going to make him better. Is only going to help him. So I'm all for pushing forward with Isaiah Hodgins. You got to also think we're getting Wandell back, right?
yep.
Who knows what happens with Sterling Shepard? There's things out there. You know, I don't want Evan Ingram's ass back. I know that much, but there's you just got to see how this thing plays out. But the biggest thing is we've got to shore up the contracts of the guys that we desperately need to bring back.
Agreed. Shout out to LA. Oh, and by the way, I see a lot of y'all talking about Ayuk is a 49er for life, bro. They can't pay him. Ayuk and Higgins are in the same spot, if not worse, because remember, the 49ers are paying McCaffrey, Debo,
Yeah.
Kittle, Trent Williams, and they're about to break the bank on Nick Bosa. there's no money left for Ayuk. There's
And
no
that's
money.
all. And that's the thing with Higgins too is like you're going to have to pay Burrow. You're going to have to. You're not going to break up Chase
You know
and
what,
Burrow.
Pizzle? I'm gonna throw you a hot. I'm gonna throw you a hot take, Pizzle. The dude T. Higgins has a better chance of getting paid by the Bengals than Ayuk does for the 49ers. Because remember, the
Yeah.
Ayuk situation, they're a run first team, right, Pizzle?
Hmm.
You're not gonna pay a tight end, two wide receivers on a run first team. You're not gonna do that. On a run first team, you got the highest paid running back in McCaffrey, the
Especially when
highest
you got
paid tight
Debo.
end.
You got Debo too.
Debo's a top 5 paid receiver. They're not going to pay another receiver on a run first team. They're just not going to do that. That don't even make sense, Pizzle. So
It
I
really
think,
it really don't.
yeah, Ayuk is more likely to get traded than Higgins, to be honest with you.
I don't think Higgins is moving, but I could, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Shout out to LA. Remember, supporting big fiscus, supporting small business. Wait a minute. Breaking news, real quick. Russell Westbrook just got traded to the Utah Jazz.
Damn.
The Lakers are getting D'Lo, Vanderbilt, and Malik Beasley. I just want to,
LeBron had to get Westbrook out of here, didn't he?
yeah, and here's the thing. I felt bad for Westbrook because that dude sacrificed and came off the bench, and they still tried to snake him. One of the things that I don't think LeBron James is a good teammate. I'm just gonna let y'all know that now. I think he's the GOAT, but he's a horrible teammate. The way he shops his players publicly, he did it to Kevin Love for years. You know what I'm saying? He did it to Russell Westbrook. Remember Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram and all those dudes? Bro, he shopped them for a year. He let it be known he wanted to trade them dudes for AD. And he wondered why they sucked that year. Because, bro, like you just when you say you want to trade your team for one player, you let your teammates know you don't think they're good enough. How can you be a leader of men if you don't inspire confidence? If you can't be a leader of men and the men you're trying to lead you don't believe in them. Am I wrong, Pizzle?
Yeah.
So
I, 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 I I've also always said that I think LeBron's a bad GM. But
horrible.
but in fairness, like Jordan wasn't a good GM either.
He wasn't, but here's the thing with LeBron. LeBron wanted Russ. He wanted him.
No, but he's a bad GM, man.
They should have. If I'm the Lakers, bro, like at the end of the day, I don't think Rob Pelinka is the best GM, but I also feel like when it's all,
Did D'Angelo Russell start his career with the Lakers?
yeah, they got rid of him because he was a snitch. Remember, I
Yeah,
forgot, was it Nick
that's right.
Young or something
Yep.
like that?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
they got
something like
rid of
that.
him.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it I want to get back to the Giants, but I just think that Daniel Jones, for example, right? I'm gonna tie this in with the Giants. What I like about Daniel Jones is he has the confidence of the locker room. Every player in that locker room looks up and believes in Daniel Jones, right? Could you imagine if Daniel Jones was throwing his receivers under the bus every game, Pistol, like Aaron Rodgers does?
He's the
Like LeBron James, the way he treated Russell Westbrook and the way he's treated Kevin Love and Chris Bosh and stuff like that over the years, Pizzle, it reminds me of how Aaron Rodgers would show up his receivers after every time they made a bad play. And I'm just like, you got a guy in Daniel Jones where it's like, when those dudes drop balls, he says, "Oh, my bad, fellas, I could have thrown a better ball." When Aaron Rodgers receivers drop balls, Pizzle, he throwing his arms in the air. He stares a hole through the soul on the way to the sideline. And it just leadership matters. And you can see the difference in leadership between a Daniel Jones and Aaron Rodgers, or even in basketball, like a LeBron James, and like even like I don't know. I hate to say Steph Curry. I'll say Steph Curry because I've never seen Steph Curry. Yeah, there you go, Pizzle. Remember last year when they asked Steph Curry if they would trade about LeBron. Yeah, they asked Steph Curry about LeBron. It's like, would you like to play with LeBron or something like that? And Steph Curry was like, nah, I'm good. I like the teammates I got. I'm good with these dudes. We gonna win it. I'm gonna win it with the teammates I got. That's leadership, Pizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Not LeBron James going on national television and say I'm disappointed we didn't get Kyrie Irving. How you think that made Russell Westbrook feel when he's the leading sixth man of the year? Dude, they dude got relegated to the bench, made the best of it. Pizzle was the leading candidate for sixth man of the year, and that still wasn't good enough. He still snaked him. I
Yeah.
felt bad for Russ. It's hard to turn Russ into a sympathetic figure, but I felt bad for Russ. I did. I really did. And LeBron, nobody will hold LeBron James accountable for it because just like in football, Pizzle, Tom Brady could break tablets and nobody says shit. When once you
Yeah.
get
Look. Yeah. I got. Yeah.
he's on that level. He
Yeah.
won't
You got
get
to get.
criticized.
You got to get on that level though.
Yeah, once you're on that level, you're not gonna get criticized because I'm like, Tom Brady could curse out. Who did he curse out? Dennis Allen last year or something like that, and got away with it. Like once you on a certain level, bro, you can get away with shit. But at the end of the day, that's my 2 cents on the trade. Nothing. Pizzle watches basketball. He'll probably co-sign this when I say this. Nothing can save the Lakers.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing can save them.
Nothing.
So,
Nothing.
this trade don't help them. It don't help. Nothing can save this team, bro. It is what it is. This shit is over, bro. You know what I'm saying? This shit is over. I'm gonna take Farewell Show out of the damn title because we not. I ain't think y'all would take that shit so literally, but whatever. Um, Shout out to LA. Remember, supporting Big Fisk and supporting small businesses. Also, watch Brady's podcast of Peyton and Belichick. Brady all but admitted Peyton's the greatest quarterback ever. I guess guys like us aren't crazy after all. Giants Outsiders is truly the cream of the YouTube crop. I'm gonna watch that. I have it queued up on my podcast list. I'm gonna listen to that. LA. I haven't listened yet. I can't speak on it yet, LA, but I'm definitely gonna listen to it because I heard that a lot of people were talking about how great Brady and Belichick converse together and stuff like that, and like how overrated the hate and stuff like that was. So I'm definitely gonna check that out. Brady, Belichick, and Peyton talking for 90 minutes. Who the hell doesn't want to listen to that? So I don't know about you, Pizzle, but I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So about like Peyton and Brady, or even like LA's talking about cream of the YouTube crop. We just tell you what we think. Like if Fisk, for example, thinks Peyton is the greatest quarterback of all time, that's Fisk is right. I could say he's wrong. I could say he's right. But the fact is the reason why you create a YouTube channel or YouTube content or a Twitter account or whatever is to put out content that you believe in, not to continue to go with the damn narrative that everybody else has so that you can fit in. The point is putting out content that is original and authentic to whoever yourself is. Again, it's called you fucking tube, not we tube. It's YouTube. So if you believe that Peyton Manning is the greatest quarterback of all time, then you should put it out. Am I right,
Exactly.
Fisker? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Preach.
If you think it's stupid, then you
Preach.
don't have to watch it. But that's the point of making original content and being different. Bottom line, like that's how it goes. If you want to listen to 3 hours of a podcast somewhere else where they agree with each other and the narrative is the same damn shit you can see on ESPN, then you wasted 3 hours of your damn time. You
Exactly.
did. You just wasted 3 hours of your time because you could have watched the next day when they had a show on First Take or wherever else because it's the same garbage over regurgitating. When you come to watch a Giants Outsiders and you say, hey, Peyton's better than Brady, that's an original thought. It
Yep.
makes you think. It gives you a pause for like concern or pause for like, let me think about this original and authentic idea and try to understand where this guy's coming from. Now, if someone says something to me that sounds stupid, I'm gonna call them a geek. I mean, it's like it's stupid. But here's the thing: that's okay. It's okay. It's not. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily wrong. It's just I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I would rather listen to somebody that says something that's actually original and not stale and not garbage and not just it's again, it's YouTube. YouTube.
Agreed.
So going back to LA's point, that's why I think we're a little bit different. And that look, if Brady thinks also too, like, and I bring a little bit of my sports betting into this show, and you have to have that mindset when you're talking. Like, if ESPN is telling you, for example, Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, well, then guess what? How many millions of people just heard that same damn thing?
Exactly.
You know, ESPN is not there for you to be a sheep and you just follow every lead that they have to say. It's up for you to have your own original thought and take in the information given to you from multiple different sources, and then you have your thing. I think that's what makes GOAT debates so much fun, Fisk. I think that's what makes them amazing, because it's like you can have your dude, I can have my dude, somebody else can have their dude, and like we can have a debate and put stuff together. And at the end of the day, one of us could be right, but we don't really know for sure, right? We don't know what Peyton would have done on the Patriots. We don't know what Brady would have done on the Colts. Or is time like I've always said, like, would Aaron Rodgers been Aaron Rodgers if he played on the Jaguars, for example?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my point is sometimes situations help a player be who he is.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just one of them things where you have to take all the variables and add them together and say, okay, what is it really?
And
This
here's
is
the
what
thing.
kills. It's what kills me about Daniel Jones. Fist is like, I don't think that dude. When you're thinking about sitting down playing cards, I don't think Daniel Jones has been dealt fair cards.
Nope.
In my opinion, I think he's been dealt a lot of bad hands. But you know who I think's been dealt a lot of good hands? Pat Mahomes.
Yes, he did.
I think he's been dealt a lot of good damn hands. And so now that doesn't mean that I think Daniel Jones is better than Patrick Mahomes. But the fact is like guys in the league sometimes are in better situations than the other guys.
Agreed.
So again, that's just my kind of opinion on it. Appreciate LA with a great super chat, by the way.
Yeah, because like I want to get to these super chats, but LA, you and I are Peyton, you and I are Peyton guys, but I'll say this, LA. I know Peyton is a better quarterback than Brady. I get it. He is. You tell me who's the better. Peyton's better than Brady. But here's the thing, though. Winning big games got to count for something. And just this dude, Tom Brady, was just so clutch. It's just hard to take. It's hard to take Manning. It's hard to take Manning over Brady because Brady just so clutch. Now, granted, Manning did go to 4 Super Bowls. People forget that. Manning is not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Drew Brees.
What? You talking Peyton Manning?
Yes.
I think didn't he go to 3?
No, he went to 4. 2 with
Oh,
the
he
Colts.
did. He did.
2 with
He
the
went to.
Broncos.
He went to it. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
No quarterback can say that. Peyton Manning led two teams to 2 Super Bowls. So isn't
I look, man. There's a lot of like it's easy.
rough. It's a good debate,
The
man.
problem
It's rough.
the problem with the Brady thing is like we our society looks everything at numbers, and it's hard to stack. You know, you look at the rings that Brady's got, and you're like, well, okay, yeah, that trumps a lot of it.
It's
It's
only the
like
rings though, Pistol. That's
it's
it.
like that. It's like the dude if you're at a party, Fisk, and you're telling stories, and you're like, man, I did this, I did this, I did, and then some jackass walks in the room and says, well, I walked on the moon. How the fuck you gonna top that, Fisk?
Exactly.
How you gonna top the guy that said he walked on the damn moon? I mean, that dude's gonna get all the panties that night because he walked on the damn moon. So the thing with Brady is Brady's got all Brady's got to do is put up his hands, and he's got all the damn rings on his hands.
But here's the thing, though, Pizzle. Peyton Manning retired in 2015, right?
Which he was kind of forced to.
Yeah, it took Tom Brady and Drew Brees 5 years to break that full records. That's how ahead of the curve Peyton Manning was when he retired. It took Drew Brees and Tom Brady both 4 full seasons to pass Peyton Manning records. I'm going to say it again in case y'all ain't hear me. It took Drew Brees and Tom Brady 4 to 5 full seasons to pass Peyton Manning's records after he retired. There's no cap. I think Drew Brees passed them in the 2021 season, and then Tom Brady broke it later in the 2022 season. So it took them about 5 seasons to catch Peyton Manning. Remember that. Peyton held records for 5 years, bro. Remember that. So if Peyton Manning doesn't have to retire because of the neck injury, nobody's catching him, bro. Peyton Manning will own every record by a mile. But shout out to Willie the Champ. But Tom Brady was drafted in '99, though, wasn't he? Pizzle? I could have sworn his first season. No, his first season was a 2000 season because he won the Super Bowl in 2001. Correct?
I think it's the someone can correct us if we're wrong on that. I think it was the 99 draft.
Yeah, because he started his second season. And the second season is when he won that Super Bowl.
It might have been 2000. It might have been 01. No, yeah, it might have been 2000, or it was like the 02 or 03.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl. Okay, yeah.
It's
only a year, though.
They were doing the yeah, you're right.
I mean, bro, that's not a big, bro, that's 2 seasons. Manning had a 2-season start. I mean, it's only 2 seasons, bro. It's only 2 seasons. But shout out to Willie the Champ. Homies, I'm not sure about Joe Shane scouting and drafting because he couldn't see Danny Duke with that dude. That was a fatal flaw. That
was a big mistake.
Because you know who just got their 5th option? You know who's getting their 5th option picked up? Tua. Dolphins ain't making that mistake. $23 million for a 5th year? Why not? Could you imagine how much? Could you imagine the success the Giants would be set up to have right now if we had Daniel Jones for $23 million next season?
I know, man. And we're gonna talk about. I want you to get through some of these super chats because I don't want to get behind. But we're gonna have a good conversation about Daniel here in just a second. I'm gonna go in fucking balls deep on it, Fist, because I've been sitting here reading a lot of unappreciated sons of bitches out there, and I ain't gonna name no names. But my point being is, I don't understand what people are smoking out there. I really don't. I really don't know what they smoking.
Agreed. Shout out to Lucas. Remember, supporting Big Fisk is supporting small businesses. What up, Fisk? What up, Pizzle? Sad to see the best Giants pod come to an end for now. Would have been dope to see y'all do the last week to recap the Super Bowl, but I ain't sweating it. I hope somehow we get Ayuk. Yes,
man, listen, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I you don't want to hear me.
I hope that. I ain't gonna spoil it, but I don't see that happening. So when I give my pick out, y'all know where I'm going. I know where I'm putting my money on. But
it would be not as far as Ayuk goes. Going back to we had that talk about it earlier. I will say that it would be nice for Danny to have a veteran number 1 receiver.
And that's exactly what Ayuk is. Played in the Super Bowl, played in playoff games.
And I don't even know if Ayuk is a true number 1.
He's the number 1.
Well,
because remember, in San Francisco, he's their number 1 guy. Like Debo doesn't do all the He does. Debo isn't their X guy
Yeah, but
who lines up the
you
second
think
field.
Ayuk's a top 10 receiver in the league?
Absolutely. Here's the thing, Pizzle. This dude put up 1,000 yards on 70 catches. Dude had like
Okay.
800 yards on 50 catches the year before that. And this is sharing the field with Debo and Kittle. If you put Ayuk on the Giants where he's gonna get 140, 150 targets, he's gonna have like 1,400 yards, bro. Ayuk is an animal. He has to share the field with so many weapons on a run first team. Ayuk is a monster. He's just sharing the field with all those dudes. And
Yeah.
he has bad quarterback play too.
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
And he had bad quarterback play. You know, you put him on the Giants with Daniel Jones and Brian Dable, who's gonna scheme him, like the offense is gonna be designed to get him the ball. Oh, he gonna be a problem, Pizzle. He's good. That's a number one right there. That's the Stephon Diggs mode right there. You know what I'm saying? Higgins can never be a Stephon Diggs type of number one guy. He is just not in him. Higgins is a possession receiver. He's a number two guy. Ayuk has that number one qualities. Like game breaker receiver, can block, can take the top off of coverage, can get open down the field on in double coverage, because that's what he did in San Francisco. All that stuff to Kittle and Debo don't work if Ayuk ain't on the field, Pizzle, because he's the one keeping the defense honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
that's a
He's
good
the
point. That honestly is a good point.
Yeah, but no cap. Just because they pick up the fifth year option.
And I think I will say this: Ayuk would work good in the system too.
He could be Stephon Diggs if he wasn't on the 49ers. If you put him on the Giants, he literally would be Stephon Diggs. And that's the thing too, right? Like, I'm telling you, the 49ers can't pay him. Ayuk has already said, I want what I deserve. They can't pay that dude. And they're not gonna pay him. They're not. Shanahan ain't paying two receivers, bro. Shanahan feels like he can go get another receiver. That's a run first team. Ain't no run first team about to have two receivers making $20+ million. It's not gonna happen. Shout out to Prince Castro. I ain't feeling this farewell-ish. I drive trucks now. I need content. Hashtag Fee54 Funk. Look, bro, it's the off season. Me and Pizzle gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gonna be back.
We just taking a little break, Prince. That's all.
You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the season, bro. This has been season 1 of the Outsiders. Season 2 gonna be even better.
Listen, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you something else too, Prince. Fisk and I could come on here and fake it every Wednesday and get super chats and all this and that, but we don't want to do that.
Now we ain't gonna do that.
We ain't doing that. We want to put out legit content, fun content, and we wanted to let it cook for a few weeks and then come back in hot with it. Trust us, it's going to be the right thing to do.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And when we come back for free agency, we're gonna be back better than ever. And you still gonna get videos from me Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I got you covered on that. You still gonna have my Giants videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So
and keep your damn eyes on the road, Prince.
Yeah, don't
a lot
be crashing
a lot of crazy fuckers out here, and they hitting trucks.
Exactly. Shout out to Luis Martinez. YouTube bugging. I have the bell on, and it didn't tell me that you're starting to stream. That's because the algorithm, bro, is Fist Vegas versus the algorithm. It's me versus the algorithm. I'm telling you, Lewis, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to unsub and resub and hit the bell button. Like YouTube in 2023 is so hard to get big. It's so hard to get big on YouTube now because they design the algorithms so where they pick and choose. The people who work at YouTube, they pick and choose who they want to succeed. They pick and choose. And back in the days, it wasn't like that. But now they got heater buttons and stuff like that. TikTok already got exposed for having a heater button where they pick and choose the videos they want to push to the people. Like YouTube picks and choose who they want to succeed. They pick and choose who they want to be popular. And, my content can be controversial, man. Like, I keep it real. I keep it 100. I'm not cookie cutter. And YouTube might not like that. So I got to work a little bit harder to get popping than the average person. It just is what it is. And that's facts. That's not me being a conspiracy theorist or nothing. If y'all think TikTok is the only social media platform with a heater button, you're fucking bugging. All these social media platforms have heater buttons where they pick and choose what profiles they want to push to the people. They pick and choose what videos they want to push to the masses. TikTok is not the only social media platform with heater buttons. They're not. They pick and choose who they want to blow up and get big pizzle. They pick and choose, bro. And that's just facts. It's not organic anymore.
There's some shady shit that goes on around here.
There's a lot of shady shit that goes on. Organic does not exist anymore. Like the organic days of YouTube are dead. They're dead. The organic days of YouTube are fucking dead. They're dead. Now YouTube pick and choose who they want to be popular. So you better hope some dude sitting at his computer desk at fucking Google, you better hope he like your shit. You better hope he or she like your shit. Because if he or she don't like your shit, you ain't going nowhere. You better hope he or she like your shit and put you in that damn algorithm and boost your video. That's all you can hope for. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Shout out to Prince Castro. Our backup quarterback has to be mobile, or you need two different game styles. Yeah, that's true. I actually kind of agree with that because Daniel Jones had what? 700 rushing yards? Yeah, we ran the hell out of Daniel Jones. So yeah, I actually would agree with that. Actually. Shout out to LA. Hodgins can be at least Gabe Davis. I don't think it could be Gabe Davis because Gabe Davis is a burner. I just think Hodgins can be a solid possession number 2 receiver.
It's not that I said earlier like Hodgins needs to learn like more of the playbook and the system. It ain't that. It's just about knowing now. He knows his role. Fisk, like imagine like you're on a team or you go to a job and you really don't know what your role is, and you're always worried about being cut or being released, and you don't, you're always playing, with a sense of urgency or an edge, and you're unsure. Now Hodgins can get have balance coming in the next season, knowing like, hey, this team wants me. I can have success here. They know what I can do. And he's able to play freer and have a better understanding of what he needs to do and accomplish. Like
Agreed.
that little bit of time that Hodgins was on this team and played and had success is going to do him wonders for next year. It's going to do him so much wonders. The confidence level is going to go through the roof, and he's going to know that, hey, man, I played at a really good level. I can take that to another level if I work my ass off in the offseason. And so if he's able to do that and he comes back, sky's the limit for him. Like he can be even better. And honestly, like I know we talked about Joe Shane missing on that 5th-year option for Danny, but he hit the Isaiah Hodgins things, a home run. Like he really did.
And the thing too, Pizzle, is with Darius Slayton leaving, you have to understand, like Ayuk is catching a lot of those balls that Slayton would drop or couldn't catch. Ayuk is catching those. Ayuk is going to stretch the field 10 times better than Slayton did. So just keep that in mind too. So when you go back and you think of the Giants offense and you see Daniel Jones throwing to Darius Slayton, swap that with Ayuk and think of the difference. And go back to the earlier part of the season too. Imagine if that's Isaiah Hodgins instead of who's the white boy Pizzle?
Sills, David
Sills, yes. Imagine if that's Isaiah Hodgins instead of Sills. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we left so much meat on the bone, Pizzle.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the receivers.
I'm telling you, he's going to come back. Isaiah Hodgins is going to come back and be even better next season. And it's all because of confidence. Yep. It's all because of confidence.
I can't wait to see him next year. Shout out to LA. Ayuk has OBJ Nick's Diggs potential. Yes, that's who he reminds me of. He is a route technician, bro. Like, oh my goodness. Ayuk, I'm in love with Ayuk. I've always been in love with Ayuk. I just think what happened with Ayuk was he must have cursed out Shanahan or something because Shanahan threw him in his doghouse. But other than that, Ayuk is an animal, bro. Ayuk is an animal. I'm telling you, that's the guy the Giants need to get. If we're gonna give up assets to get a receiver, it needs to be Ayuk. That dude on his own team is a top 5 receiver. Brandon Ayuk is a top 5 receiver on his own team. That dude just had 1,000 yards on 78 catches, sharing the field with Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey. They're a run-first team. And he still had 1,000 yards on 78 catches. And this is what I want y'all to understand, right? When you look at receivers, look at the damage they do on the catches. So I get it. Randy Moss didn't catch a lot of balls. He didn't. But Randy Moss had 1,500 yards on like 80 catches. T.O. would have like 1,500 yards on like 110 catches. It's the damage, Pizzle. Ayuk is a game breaker. That's what we need. Tyreek Hill will get you X amount of yards on few. Y'all get what I'm trying to say, man.
He gonna extend the play. He gonna get yards after the catch.
Yes, and he run blocks. I love receivers that can run block too. He run blocks. I love everything about Ayuk, man. Shout out to Yeet. Shout out to Yeet. Bro seated.
Brocedion.
Brocedion. Shout out to you. Tiki Barber better than Emmitt Smith. Go Birds. I won't even argue that.
Hell yeah, he is.
Because Emmitt, I won't even argue that. You put Tiki Barber on the 90s Cowboys, they still win 3 rings. I won't even argue that. But it's fuck the Birds though. Shout out to Latin 08. What up, fellas? Great season for our G-men. DJ getting a bag, 26 getting paid, and we getting some pieces in the offseason, especially a wide receiver, middle linebacker, and CB2. Much love. Interior lineman. Much love. Yeah, much love to you, Latin. Shane gonna fix us up.
Yeah,
Shane's gonna take
shout
care
out
of this.
Yeah, I mean, all that. I feel like all that's happening. I still don't. That Saquon Barkley contract still really interesting to me, Fish, because it just don't seem like he's gonna get what he wants.
12
And
million.
it kind of sounds like to me the Giants, and I love what the Giants are doing on that too. And look, don't get it twisted. My thoughts on Saquon Barkley is simply this, and they will stay this. I don't think he's the whole offense like people think he is. I think he is a good player, and I appreciate as a fan his performance in 2022. However, I don't think it helps the Giants one bit if he's a really high paid running back in this league. I really don't. I'd love to have Saquon Barkley on the team in some capacity, but Fitz, he can't be one of the highest paid running backs in the league. He can't be. Not for us. Maybe on a different team, but not for us. He can't be. I mean,
Well,
it just
I'm gonna fight you on this.
if the Giants want to pay him 12 million, that's what they think he's worth. Then that's what that's what they should put out there. That's what they should give him.
That's what he's gonna get because that's what they offered him at the buy. If they're this close, Pizzle, he's taking what they offered him at the buy. If they're this close
Yes.
to a deal already, then he's probably just taking what they offered him at the buy. You know what I'm saying? And look, 12 million. That's Nick Chubb. That's Derrick Henry. That's a fair contract for Saquon. That's what Nick Chubb and Derrick Henry get paid. The Kamara
Yeah.
McCaffrey
The
contracts were such
McCaffrey
outliers.
Yeah, but and look, McCaffrey's good, but it's a ridiculous contract.
It is. He's not worth it.
He's not even worth it.
The Kamara wasn't worth his contract either.
No. He's just and like it no and so I get these little geeks who are like 5'2" talking shit to me on Twitter about how like, oh, you don't like Saquon Barkley. It's like, no, I don't mind Saquon. I don't think he's a priority as far as signing people or signing players on the team. I'm cool with Saquon being on the team. He's not the whole offense like people make him out to be. And whatever the Giants feel like they can pay him is what it should be, and not a penny more, not a penny less. And so I would be very disappointed if the Giants like gave him a $16 million contract. I'd be extremely disappointed because I feel like we're not that's not what we should be doing. And the thing is, too, Fist, this is a draft. This draft has got a lot of good running backs in it. A lot of good running backs. I love that kid from Texas, Robertson.
Hey, yo, Pizzle. I'll be right back.
Okay. I see. It's fine, Fist. You can go. I can carry this fucking show. Put it on my back. Anyways, I don't look. The biggest thing is I don't think that Saquon Barkley is worth the contract of anything near $16 million. He probably should have took the contract when he got the bye. At the end of the day, Daniel Jones is the bigger priority for the Giants in signing. Yes, Jackson, I like Robinson. I like Robinson a lot from Texas. And look, again, I will say this, and I don't and anybody that's in here, you may fall in the same category I do. I personally love, and look, I was a big Tiki Barber fan. I love Tiki Barber. Why did I love Tiki Barber? Tiki Barber was an all-purpose NFL running back. All-purpose. He could catch out of the backfield. He could carry the rock inside the tackles, outside the tackles, anything you needed from him. Now, he did have a fumbling issue. Well, we cleaned that shit up. Tiki Barber was a great running back and still, in my opinion, the best running back the New York Giants have ever had. And I know all the stuff off the field stuff, you can talk about it, but I love Tiki Barber's game. And so I always loved when Tiki Barber and Ron Dane were together, although Ron Dane wasn't as good as he was in college. But I love the combination of Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs. If you want to throw Ward in there, the Thunder and Lightning, that's fine. But I loved Bradshaw and Jacobs. I loved having two running backs who were different types of running backs that can do a little bit of everything. No question about it. I don't like when the Giants only have one running back to depend on. Just never have. I've never enjoyed that. And so even the days of Tiki Barber, who I thought, again, is the best Giants running back of all time, even he had a co-pilot with him. Even he had somebody with him. And, this year there was times when Matt Breida had some good moments playing for us. Gary Brightwell got some carries. And I'm not saying right now by any stretch of the imagination that Gary Brightwell should be our number one receiver. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. But in my opinion, the Giants need to have a legit 1-2 punch. That's what I would prefer than to have stock into one running back. How many teams? Think about it for a second. I asked this question last week, and Fisk gave us a couple teams. But how many teams in this league legitimately? How many teams in this or in this league would legitimately pay Saquon Barkley what he wants? How many? Like that's the debate that I don't ever hear anybody talk about. If Saquon Barkley hit the free agent market, how long would he be on the market, and who would actually give him that kind of contract of, let's say, 16 million, 14 million, 15 million, whatever? There's not a lot. I don't think there's a lot of teams. I really don't. I don't think anybody's licking their chops to pay Saquon Barkley. And that's no disrespect to Saquon. I'm not dissing him by any stretch of the imagination. It's not even a Saquon Barkley problem. It's an NFL problem. Like it's an NFL thing. Like when you look at, Miles Sanders is a great example of what we're talking about with the Eagles. I hate to give the Eagles any fucking credit because fuck them. But Miles Sanders obviously was the backup to Saquon Barkley at Penn State. And Miles Sanders is a good running back, but it was obviously the Saquon Barkley show at Penn State because he was obviously number 2 overall draft pick coming out. But Miles Sanders has had a damn good year for the Eagles this year. I think he's probably going to have a good Super Bowl too. I think Miles Sanders could. I think there's a chance he could maybe even have a 80 to 100-yard rushing game in the Super Bowl. Miles Sanders is a good running back. And the reality is that ESPN and the national media would like you to believe that Saquon Barkley is a better running back than Miles Sanders, and maybe he is. But what does Miles Sanders have that Saquon Barkley has not really had a lot of? Miles Sanders has got a great offensive line. He's got a really great offensive line, and he succeeds because of that offensive line. Eagles have had a tremendous offensive line this season. Miles Sanders is 8 because of it. Guess what? If you pay Saquon Barkley this kind of money, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't think you're going to be able to put the team around him that's going to make him successful. It's just not. I mean, the reality is the New York Giants have to pay Andrew Thomas when that contract comes. They have to pay Dexter Lawrence. They have to pay Xavier McKinney. They have to pay Daniel Jones. These guys have to be paid. They have to be. And I look at again, I want Saquon Barkley on the Giants in 2023. I really seriously do. But man, you got to be realistic on what you give him. Daniel Jones, that's a different debate. That's a different debate. But I will say this. This is something that I think a lot of people have to get over with. And I was going to talk to Fisk about this. Tyreek Hill, for example, is a great player. I think everyone agrees that Tyreek Hill is a great player. He's a great player on the Chiefs, and he's a great player on the Dolphins, right? He does his thing. But Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs. Like he goes from the Chiefs to the Dolphins, and guess what? Does the Chiefs suffer because they lost Tyreek Hill? No, they're in the fucking Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl still without Tyreek Hill. And guess what? Tyreek Hill might be the most electric player in the league. Explosive, right? In open space, good luck, right? How you going to catch him down? Saquon Barkley, that's what he's advertised as, is electric, explosive, amazing talent. The reality is you can lose a guy like that, and your team can still roll. Why? Because if you put the right team together and the right people around your star players, your team's going to succeed. So let me finish my point real fast.
Oh, my bad.
So when a team like, for example, the Chiefs lose Tyreek Hill, they didn't miss a beat because they replaced it. They were able to replace him. Obviously, they don't have Tyreek Hill him, but the fact is the Giants can lose Saquon Barkley and still benefit or still be a good football team. At the end of the day, yeah, Jackson is 100% head coach, quarterback, good O-line, good D-line, because why? The game of football is won in the trenches. Absolutely. So anyways, we just talking about Saquon Barkley and stuff like that, Fist. But carry on with the super chat. Let's keep this show going.
All right, cool. My bad, by the way, my bad.
That's okay. Hey, Pizzle, 60-minute man, you can't put me in a bad situation.
I like that. Shout out to LA. Remember, supporting Big Fisk and supporting small businesses. I'm no Brady hater, but he's the GOAT. The resume, the longevity, wise without a doubt. But in terms of talent, Peyton's a guy. Love them both. Peyton's is hands down better than Montana, in my opinion. Yeah, look, that's really what I've done with it. I've kind of put Brady 1, Peyton 2, Montana 3. That's pretty much what I've done with it. Well, and then I got Mahomes 4. Mahomes wins this Super Bowl. He's 4th. I mean, Mahomes did Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees' career in 5 seasons. Dude's in his 3rd Super Bowl. Do y'all understand Mahomes is in his 3rd Super Bowl? Rodgers and Brees only got the 1 apiece. Favre only got the 2. So if Mahomes wins this Super Bowl, dude is top 5.
I hate to say it because I don't, but yeah, he's getting up there, man. He really is. He's
You
getting up there.
can't put Eli or Ben in the top 5 because they were never like MVP level players. They both got 2 Super Bowls, but they were never Eli and Ben were never like top 5 like they were never in the Manning Brady Breeze conversation. You know what I'm saying? They both got 2 rings and they were great postseason, but they were never like Mahomes, where it's like, oh, this is the best player on the planet type shit. But Mahomes, his 2 rings, if Mahomes gets 2 rings, he's better than Breeze, better than Rodgers, better than Favre, better than Steve Young, better than Elway. At that point, sky's the limit for that kid, man. Sky's the limit. Shout out to Jackson. I don't need flash. Give me elite route runner, and that's exactly what Ayuk is. Danny needs a route tech. The whole why would you go get Higgins when Galladay didn't work? Am I crazy, Pizzle?
Yeah. No, I don't think you're crazy.
Get Danny a route tech. Danny is very robotic. He's kind of Peyton-esque in a weird way. So like, go get him a route tech who he could depend on to be there, where he's supposed to be when he needs to be there. We ain't got 100 likes yet. Yo, we got 93 likes, and one of them likes is mine. So y'all hit that like button. We technically only got 92 likes because one of them likes is mine. How we ain't got 100 likes yet, man? And y'all wonder why YouTube don't send y'all my notifications. We gotta break this algorithm. Oh, well, Fist, I didn't get notified for your stream, Fist. Fist, I didn't know the show was starting, Fist. YouTube didn't send me the notification. Hit the like button. It helps. All right. Shout out to Yeet Bredesen. Ayuk top 10, LOL. Clown. Chase, Jefferson, Diggs, Brown, AJ Brown. He's better than AJ Brown. He's better than CeeDee Lamb. He's better than Metcalf. He ain't better than Cup.
I didn't say it, Yeet. Fist said it.
He ain't better than Hill. He's better than Keenan Allen. Stop. All right, I can't even take you serious, bro. I can't even take you serious, bro. He's better than Hopkins, and he's better than Evans. Like, what are we talking about here?
The top 10 always changes every season.
This dude had the audacity to really sit here and tell me that Ayuk ain't better than freaking Metcalf, Keenan Allen, and Hopkins and Mike Evans. Like, stop the cat, bro. Stop the freaking cat. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why people don't. Thank God he ain't the GM. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ayuk. Look at the numbers. Where's Mike Evans at?
But a player like Ayuk can be a really good player in the Giants system. Like, it's like you said, there's other star players on the 49ers, and how good has his quarterback play been?
Last year, right? So Pete game, Mike Evans had 1,100 yards on 77 catches. Right? That's what he did. Now, Brandon Ayuk. Now watch this. It's gonna blow your fucking mind. Because you just put Mike Evans in his top 10, right? So Brandon Ayuk had 1,000 yards on 78 catches and 8 touchdowns. So he had more touchdowns than Mike Evans. So what we talking about? Now, one guy plays in a run-first offense where he can't dominate the targets. The other guy plays for Tom Brady. Okay, let's put this in context. Mike Evans has 80 more receiving yards than Brandon Ayuk with one less catch, and plays in the offense. Didn't Tom Brady lead the league in pass attempts last year? Am I wrong? I could be wrong, but I think he led the league.
No, he had a lot.
Brandon Ayuk basically has the same amount of production, Pizzle, on a run-first team with Debo Samuel and George Kittle. Sharon Tark is a Debo Samuel George Kittle. What we talking about, bro? What we talking about?
I'm personally not ready to get into that because I don't know if he's going to end up on the Giants or not.
Keenan Allen. Don't even get me started on Mr. I can't run routes past 5 yards. This fucking guy. Where's Keenan Allen at? Because the fact that he thinks Keenan Allen is better than Brandon Ayuk, it's laughable. On average, this dude Keenan Allen. It took Keenan Allen. This is the shit I be talking about. I'm glad he brought it up. And now I'm agitated because of that BS I just had to deal with. So I'm a little agitated. And he just might be the victim of my smoke right now. It took Keenan Allen 104 catches to get to 1,200 yards. It took Keenan Allen 100 catches to get to 900 yards. It took Keenan Allen 106 catches to get to 1,100 yards. Keenan Allen just had 66 catches for 752 yards. What are we talking about? How dare you compare Keenan Allen to Brandon Ayuk? It's not even close. Brandon Ayuk breaks the game. Keenan Allen don't. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's just stop the cap, bro. Enough is enough. And these are dudes who are playing with quarterbacks like Justin Herbert's, the Phillip Rivers, and he ain't doing no damage. This dude Mike Evans be having Jameis leading the league in passing, Tom Brady leading the league in passing, and Brandon Ayuk is matching them on a run first team.
Keep it going, Fred. Don't get all up in your feelings.
Yeah, you right. Shout out to Jackson. Give me Ayuk over CeeDee and Mike Evans. Exactly. I'm telling you, that's the guy. If we make a trade for a receiver, it's gonna be him. He's the guy. It's not gonna be T. Higgins. He don't fit. We got Hodgins. We don't need Higgins. Shout out to Prince. Bradbury opened to me. And fuck Bradbury. I tweeted that. Fuck him. We don't want Bradbury. Stay over there. And Giants fans, y'all better not want Bradbury either because y'all wanted him going. All these Giants fans pissed when I told them we need to put some respect on Bradbury's name. They weren't trying to hear it. They wanted their cap space name. You got it. So I don't want to hear no Giants fans talking about where's Bradbury? I want Bradbury, Brad. No pizzle. They wanted cap space. They didn't want to restructure Bradbury deal. They wanted to trade him or cut him. And he went to the Eagles and look at him now. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. All these Giants fans, Bradbury makes too much money. Bradbury's not a man corner. Bradbury's not good anymore. And he in a Super Bowl. Where we at? How our secondary looked last year.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it wasn't even just Bradbury. Justin Pugh, it's Evan Ingram. It's like, man, y'all gotta let some guys go sometimes, man. You know, there's new players coming in the league. It's called the NFL draft.
Agreed.
Not talking shit to you, Prince.
Shout out to Willie the Champ. If we franchise tag Barkley and the team pays him, do we get more picks? No.
No, but I still think that Barkley is the more likely of the two between him and Danny to get franchise tagged.
Well, I still think we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Because it sounds like that Saquon Barkley deal is all but done. So we don't really have to worry about that.
I think the Danny thing's all but done.
How so?
I just think that they just need to dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
They haven't even started.
Well, I think they're comfortable. I think both sides are comfortable, and they just haven't got to actually the actual contract of it. Like I think both parties have understood what they have in mind. They just got to actually sit down and put it on pen to pad.
I think he's going to tag Danny.
I still think that the Barkley thing is the problem because that's why they're talking about that now because they're more concerned about getting that one done because they know the Danny one they can get done at any time.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna tag Danny, and match whatever offer he gets on the open market. I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't think they're just going to give Danny what he wants outright. I think they're going to, because right now a report came out that $38 million is what the asking price for Danny right now is. 38 million. Well, I have a feeling, call it a hunch. I think Washington and I think Indy and I think these other teams are going to offer Danny more than 40.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you this, because we got through the super chats. So let's say Danny gets so give me what you think Danny's going to get. Like just what you were talking about, 38 million a year, right? Something like
no, that. That's what they said.
Let's just say that's what it is. Let's just say that. Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just say it's 38, right? Let's just say 4 years, something like that. 38 million per year, 4 years, right? What is the majority of people gonna say about this?
They'll be happy with it.
No.
I think they'll be. You know why I think they'll be happy with it? Because at that point, he's still underpaid.
I think there are people out there, a lot of people on Twitter and a lot of people out there outside of social, that if he gets anything above 25 million a year, they're going to throw a fucking fit.
And they might do that, but the thing, well, they better get prepared, because there's a good chance he's going to be in the 40s.
No, and if I'm wrong, I would love somebody in the chat to tell me I'm wrong. But I feel like if it is over 25 million, there's going to be a huge debate on national media, NFL Network, First Take, Twitter. If it's anything over 25 million, they're going to lose their fucking minds. So if you give him 38 a year, you and I agree that I think he deserves that. He deserves it.
I agree.
mean, you're talking about the quarterbacks in this league. Daniel Jones is so underappreciated by Giants fans. Here's my issue with this, and I talked to I stirred up a little trouble on Twitter about this, and it got of course it got twisted because I'm pizzled, and that's just how shit gets. What pisses me off, Fisk, is I truly believe. Get ready, because this is some real original content. I think Daniel Jones is very similar to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Fisk, I think they're damn near. And look, and anybody listening is going to say, well, Lamar Jackson's won an MVP. Okay, whatever. Okay. I think Daniel Jones can win an MVP. Like, that's what I legitimately think. I think he can, in the right season, win an MVP. I think they both run the football extremely well. Lamar, when you look at the numbers, Daniel actually does more than what Lamar does in terms of throwing the football. But here's my thing, Fisk, is if Lamar got 40 million a year, nobody would even bat an eye at that. Nobody would make any huge fuss about that. Nobody. And as a matter of fact, I don't even think Lamar the last 2 seasons has even played a full season. Like, he's been shown that he's actually injury prone, and he turns the ball over a shit ton. Yet our sports talk shows and everyone else acts as if Lamar Jackson is a way better quarterback than Daniel Jones. What am I missing? Correct me, Fisk. I don't get it. How is it that Lamar Jackson is a hype train that gets so much love, but Daniel Jones, whose numbers are, I mean, look at the numbers. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Look at the numbers. They both are doing the same shit. Yet, and Daniel Jones has arguably been on the far worse team than the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens have been in playoff contention almost every year that Lamar Jackson's been on that team. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm stupid.
Well,
Fisk.
I've been saying for 2 years that.
Tell me I'm stupid.
I've been saying for 2 years Danny's better than Lamar, so I'm the wrong guy. I've been saying he's better than Lamar.
Okay, then, and I didn't even. You and I didn't talk about this. So this was not planned
Daniel
by any
Jones
means.
is the best quarterback on the
Okay,
planet
so then
behind Mahomes.
why Fisk is it that Lamar is going to get a shit? He is asking a shit ton of money, and it's not a ridiculous thing for him to say. But Daniel Jones, if he gets over 25 million, it's blasphemy. Why? Why, Fisk? Why? Why is like
All right,
I don't understand. I don't get it. And
let me
this
let
is
me
what
let me break
this
this down to you,
what
Pistol.
okay, because I have another great point I want to make on this. So continue.
In life, some people are liked and some people are disliked. Is
Yeah.
this is not rocket science. This is not situations like this, Pistol. It's not rocket science. It boils down to in life, some people are liked and some people are disliked. It could be at your job, it could be at school, it could be on YouTube. Some people in the world are just liked. Danny is not liked. Russell Westbrook is not liked. Kobe Bryant was not liked while he was playing. Some people, it doesn't matter what they do, are always going to be loved. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude, what's his name? Russell Wilson for years didn't get any criticism. He threw that pick in the Super Bowl. They blame Pete Carroll. If that had been Tony Romo, if that had been Peyton Manning, they would have got crucified for throwing that goal line pick. Right or wrong?
100%.
So sometimes in sports, people are just like, for example, Cam Newton got criticized for basically telling women to stay in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Joe Burrow is who Mr. Woke himself got applauded for speaking on, her body, her choice. You see what I'm saying? So it's like people pick and choose who they like and who they don't. Shout out to Bart Scott, because Bart Scott went on First Take 2 weeks ago before the Eagle game, and he told Ryan Clark to his face, Daniel Jones is better than Jalen Hurts.
God,
He's a better
listen,
quarterback.
I want you to bring this up, and I know he didn't super chat. Big Joe Chestnut. You see what he just DJ looks like a nerd. He's not marketable. Please bring that up right now, because I swear to God I did not write that, and somebody wrote that, and it's my point. And I don't want you to miss it. You see it.
Yeah, look, the thing with Danny
But hold
is,
on, that's true though. That's true. What he just said is true.
yeah, but
And you said it too, Fitz. You said it at the start of the year. You said that Danny has no swagger. None.
yeah,
He has no swagger.
yeah, but I don't think that's why he's disliked, though. I think he's disliked because you can't explain why somebody's disliked. But a lot of the reason why Daniel Jones is disliked too is because they went so hard against him. It's hard for them to admit they're wrong, Pizzle.
Yeah, but
A lot of that is,
it's bullshit, Fisk. It's bullshit, and it makes it. And then what happens is guys like you and I, we get called these little fanboys, and it ain't even that. we dick riders. We dick riding Danny Jones. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because like,
We think he's a good player, a good quarterback. But
and
then
the thing is,
if you support him right now, you get called a dick rider.
well, no, I don't even. What, really? That's what they doing now?
I'm just saying that's coming, Fisk. That's coming. I see the script, Fisk. You know how we talking about script? Well, I see the script.
Shout out to Jackson. Fisk, if we tag Danny, we're cooked. Lamar getting the bag, Hurts getting the bag, Burrow getting the bag. If you're not drafting a QB, we cooked.
I mean,
No.
Jackson even just said Lamar getting the bag.
Look, let me explain something to y'all. And Giants fans, y'all get on my nerves with this shit. What's the point of having good draft picks if you don't want to pay them? The whole purpose of drafting players is you hope you pay them their bag on a second contract. You hope they're max players because that means they're good. That's the whole purpose of drafting a player. You can't, when it's time to pay players, try and lowball them when they're good. That's my biggest problem. It's like everybody's concerned with the salary cap. Who cares? This is the highest the salary cap has been ever. And it's only going to get higher next year when the Amazon deal kicks in. Why are y'all worried about a cap? For what? Like, I hate when people sit here and they worry about, oh my gosh, I don't want to pay this guy. I don't want to pay that guy. Look at the cap. No, that's why Joe Shane gets paid like $10 million a year. Let him worry about that. Daniel Jones, if we get him for anything less than 45, is it a discount? Period. Anything less than 45 million is a discount. And like Pizzle was just voicing his frustrations, right? And forgive me, y'all, I'm sick, but Pizzle was just, I'm trying to get over this cold. Pizzle was just voicing his frustration about the Daniel hate, right?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Y'all don't think Daniel Jones hears that shit? What better way to shut people up than to get a max contract? So if you're Daniel Jones, and this is the point I'm trying to get to y'all. If Daniel Jones is as smart as I think he is, I could be wrong. Maybe Daniel Jones is the ultimate teammate. I don't know. But if Daniel Jones is a businessman and he wants to stick it to the Giants and stick it to his haters, he's going to play on that tag. Because if he plays on that tag and lets everybody get paid, Hurts and Burrow and Lamar and all these dudes, if Daniel Jones plays on the tag, balls the fuck out in 23, dude could be getting paid damn near 55 to 60 million a year, bro.
He would actually get paid more the following, yeah.
Yeah, if Daniel Jones would be stuck on stupid to sign a long-term deal this season, he would be fucking
But
dumb.
isn't that what Jackson just said? We cooked if we tag Danny.
Yeah, but you know what though? Joe Shane got to eat that. Because Joe Shane should have picked up that 5th-year option. He got to eat that.
Well, he got to eat that by just giving the contract.
That. Huh?
He just needs to give him the contract.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I don't think Joe Shane, like, what I'm saying is this. Joe Shane seems very cheap to me. He seems very cheap. I don't think Joe Shane, I could be wrong because this would be his first off season with money. But it seems like Joe Shane puts a price on players and he ain't gonna budge. It wouldn't shock me if Joe Shane put a price on Danny and said, "This is what I'm giving you." Now, if he gives him a $32 million tag, which he has to do, because we can't give him a $45 million exclusive tag, because we don't want to pay him 45. Well, they don't want to pay him 45. So if you give Daniel Jones a $45 million exclusive tag, you might as well just give him a contract now. Say your breath. But the point I'm trying to make is, I think they're going to let Daniel Jones test the market and then max whatever he gets. They're going to match whatever Washington offers him, whatever the Colts, whatever Tampa Bay, whatever these other teams offer Danny. I think the Giants are going to match. I don't think it's going to be a lot of negotiation with Danny because I think Daniel wants a certain amount of money. And I think Joe Shane is willing to give him a certain amount of money. And I don't know if those two things coexist. I don't think they match up with each other. I think they're gonna let Danny hit the open market. I wouldn't be shocked. It's gonna hurt my feelings, but watching Daniel Jones visit the Washington facility is gonna hurt my feelings.
You crazy, Fist. That ain't fucking happening.
Watching Daniel Jones visit
There's no
the
way.
Tampa Bay facility is going to hurt my feelings.
That ain't happening, Fist. Stop saying that.
I'm telling you, Joe Shane is gonna let that dude test the market. And he's gonna match whatever they give him. I'm telling you, I just have a feeling they're gonna give him a $32 million tag, and they're gonna let that dude test the market. And then John Mara's gonna step in and say, "Pay the guy." I think John Mara's gonna let Joe Shane do his little hardball, Mr. Big Tough Guy with the salary cap shit. But when it's all said and done, John Merrill will step in and say, Danny's not going anywhere. Joe, figure it out. I think that's what's going to happen.
But I'm telling you, Vis, is him and when he gets a contract over $25 million per year, you're not going to hear the end of it. Just so you know, because the geeks out there think that they actually know what a quarterback is worth, and that's what they've deemed as what he's worth, which doesn't make a lot of sense. But
Pizzle,
neither here nor there.
anybody, I've said this for at least a month now, Pizzle. Anybody who says Daniel Jones is worth less than a franchise tag, opinion doesn't matter. So if the Daniel Jones contract don't start at $33 million, then you're stupid. And that goes for anybody watching this video or listening to this podcast, whatever. If you said Daniel Jones' worth is anything less than a $33 million franchise tag, you're stupid. No quarterback is going to take less than a franchise tag. You're stupid. So anybody saying he's anything less than a
especially a
franchise
quarterback
tag
that just took his team to the playoffs and won a
playoff game. Kyler Murray ain't won no playoff game.
And by the way, he didn't game manage that game either.
He won the hell out of it.
He won the hell out of the game.
I'm telling you, man, like I said, there's a piece of me, Pizzle, because like the way I get frustrated the same way you get frustrated, Pizzle. So there's a piece of wants Daniel Jones to get that contract so he could just, because that's what Dak Prescott did, Pizzle. Dak heard all the talk. Oh, Dak is a game manager. The Cowboys don't need Dak. And he held it against everybody in contract negotiation. Dak wanted his respect on his contract, and he got it. And I think that's what Daniel Jones is going to do. I think it's a Dak Prescott all over again. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that Daniel still has a claim of being able to say that he's the best quarterback in the NFC East. And I know a lot of people want to say Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is in an unbelievable good situation right now. He's got an unbelievable offensive line. He's got two stout receivers in Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. He's got a solid tight end. He's got a good running back in Miles Sanders. He's in a perfect situation for any quarterback. Okay, kudos to the Eagles for building a really good team. But the fact is and I've seen some Eagle fans try to say that this isn't the case. Daniel Jones would cook on that Eagles offense.
Yeah,
he would cook.
He would
absolutely cook.
He'd have set records on that offense. He'd throw for at least 40 touchdowns on that offense.
He would cook.
He'd have cooked. Shout out to Christian. All I'm saying, DJ a bust. All them said DJ was a bust from day one. F him, DJ a pro.
And that's Christian. That's the thing that's extremely frustrating. Is that now we've went through these years with this. We're to this point now, and they just will not let it go. They put these weird demands out there of, oh, you better win X amount of games this year or you're out of here. Oh, you better make the playoffs. Oh, you're the fuck out of here. Oh, you better win a playoff game or you're the fuck out of here. He did everything that was asked of him to do. Play a full season, cut out the turnovers, everything that was asked of him, that every one of these geeks demanded, he did it. He 100% did it. Now it's time to pay him and reward him for those efforts, and they don't want to do it. And if you do think he does, then you're considered an idiot amongst those people. And I simply say, okay, well, give me somebody that's you're going to replace him with, and it's always some terrible college prospect that's out of reach or not going to happen. Or they want this bridge quarterback of Jacoby Brissett or Tyrod Taylor, and it's like, you're going to throw away a year to try to get to another quarterback in the draft? Year and a half? Like, what are you talking about? You have no option but to pay DJ. He's earned it.
Exactly. And, shout out to Jackson. Danny was marked for death the moment he got drafted because mainstream media wanted Dwayne Haskins, rest his soul, or that linebacker Josh Allen. Yeah, look, that's a fact. A lot of people were mad that we took Danny over Haskins, and God rest Haskins' soul, but bro, let's not act like Haskins would have been able to handle the New York media. He wouldn't have been able to handle it, bro. Like, could you imagine if he was, allegedly going having strip club parties during the pandemic and he was in New York? Could you imagine like some of the stuff that Haskins was doing if that happened in New York? Could you imagine like the scrutiny and the drama? Like, rest in peace to Haskins, but him in New York would have been a horrible fit. Horrible.
And the Haskins thing, and again, yes, God rest his soul. But it's almost like a lot of those guys out there that wanted Haskins never admitted that they were wrong. And it's like they won't admit it. And then Danny did everything that he said that he did everything that they said that he couldn't do. And now they won't admit defeat. They just want to keep finding these obstacles to make Danny jump over. Which he doesn't even have to jump over their obstacles. It's all about what the Giants want.
They keep moving the goalposts.
They keep moving the goalposts.
And the thing too, right? So, like I said, Danny's not going anywhere. Danny will be a Giant in 2023. The question is how much. And like I said, if I'm Daniel Jones, I can't sign a long-term deal. I think the best I can do, if I'm Daniel Jones, the best I can do for Joe Shane is sign a 1-year deal for the $33 million, but make it light on the cap. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, give it a void year next season or something. I could give him a deal that makes it light on the cap, but I'm not going to sign a long-term deal until next season. Like, Daniel Jones is going to have a breakout year next year. Pizzle, imagine, so let's play this out, right? Let's say Daniel Jones takes a $40 million contract. This is an even 40, right? Which still makes him underpaid because most good quarterbacks are getting 45 right now, but that ain't the point. Mm-hmm. And a dude wins MVP next season or is in the MVP conversation next season, right? How stupid do you think Daniel Jones is going to feel when he sees all the people he's better than making $15 million more than he is?
Yeah.
Think about that.
It's like you have to put yourself in his shoes for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, consider that when you're making when you're debating Daniel Jones. Put yourself in his shoes and ask yourself what really is fair.
You know who's going to get the credit?
Go ahead.
Joe Shane.
I know. Yeah.
Because Joe Shane got Daniel Jones for cheap. Daniel Jones is the best contract in football. He signed him for cheap. Kind of like Golden State. Oh man.
Well, right. the thing too is there's a lot of those out there that hated Dave Gettleman, and I don't want to make this about Dave Gettleman, but the reality is when Joe Shane signs Barkley or even Daniel Jones, the Dave Gettleman debate is over. It's over. It's done. Because at that point they become Joe Shane guys. They're not Dave Gettleman guys anymore. That's honest. That's honestly the truth. Did you die, Fisk? I think Fisk died. Did I die? I think Fisk died, y'all.
Kill that noise.
There.
All right. You can't kill Big Fish.
Like the fucking Undertaker coming out of the casket.
Yes, I'm definitely, and I'm telling you, like, when I do die, I'm haunting everybody who showed at my funeral who I did not like when I was alive. If I didn't like you and you showed up to my funeral, I'm gonna haunt I might jump out the casket, smack the shit out you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will be a bad guy to the bitter end. It would I will never change. But what I was getting at is this: Curry had ankle problems, right? So the Warriors were able to build this dynasty because Curry had ankle problems. So Curry was making like $15 million a year the whole time he was winning MVPs and going to the finals. Curry only had one big contract, and that's the one he signed last year for $200 million. Pizzle. People don't talk about that. But Clay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant were making more money than Curry when Curry was two-time MVP, winning 73 games. I think if Daniel Jones was to lowball himself and sign a contract this offseason, it would literally be the biggest steal in sports history besides the Curry contract. The Curry contract is the biggest steal in sports history. It's not even close because having Curry on that cheap contract let them get KD. It let them, bro. Curry wasn't even top 25 in salaries when he was a back-to-back MVP. Let that sink in. The back-to-back MVP wasn't even top 25 in salary. Y'all don't believe me? Go Google it. This dude, Steph Curry, was so underpaid during his MVP run. It's not even funny. So, if Daniel Jones was to lowball himself and take some $40 million or $35 million deal, then hey, congratulations to Joe Shane for being a good businessman because it's Joe Shane's job to lowball Danny. That's his job. It's not Joe Shane's job to give Daniel Jones what he deserves. It's Joe Shane's job to lowball every single player. That's his job. It's not his job to give you what you asked for. Am I wrong, Bizzle?
No.
He's trying to save the company, which is the New York Giants. The Giants as a company, the most money. He wants to save them money. But here's the deal. You know what Chris Jones said earlier today, Pizzle? Did you hear that? What
No, I
Chris
didn't hear
Jones
this.
says?
I didn't hear this.
Chris Jones says he's hoping that Dexter Lawrence resets the market this offseason. Nobody's talking about Dexter Lawrence, but yeah, you can already see like the other defensive linemen, they're looking at Dexter Lawrence now. You
Yeah.
think Dexter Lawrence ain't about to get $30 million, try and get 30 a year?
He about to get paid.
Yes. The
And
Giants are
that's why I go back to the IU thing or other potential veterans coming in. Is like I think the Giants are going to be more focused on their own guys than worrying about other outsiders, and they're going to be more focused on the draft and fixing their team that way.
because if you look at it,
Because it's
right,
a little bit cheaper too.
it's cheaper to pay your own, but we're so focused on Daniel Jones and Saquon Pizzle that we're not even talking about the players like Andrew Thomas and Dexter Lawrence. See, here's the thing, right? When you give a player the fifth year option, very rarely do they play on that fifth year option. You normally give them the extension during the offseason, right? They don't actually play on that fifth year. You don't let them go into the season without a deal. So the contract nobody's talking about, and you're only hearing this on the Giants Outsiders. The contract nobody's talking about is Dexter Lawrence. He's going to get paid this offseason. The Giants aren't going to go into next season with thinking about having a franchise tag Dexter Lawrence. It's not going to happen. So I expect Danny to get paid, or at least play. I expect Danny to get paid. I expect Dexter Lawrence to get paid, and then we're going to take care of Andrew Thomas next season. But Dexter Lawrence is going to get a monster deal this offseason. A monster deal. So be on the lookout for that. and I think I got a hot take for you, Pizzle. I got a hot take for you.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked if they paid Dexter Lawrence before they paid Danny. I really think they're gonna piss Daniel Jones the fuck off. I feel like they're gonna piss Daniel Jones the fuck off, and it makes me nervous, Pizzle. It makes me nervous because if if we get the ticker alert, Dexter Lawrence get 120, $150 million, and they got Danny on a $30 million franchise tag, shit will hit the fan.
I personally believe that it may take a while for the Daniels contract, but I still feel like it's a plug and play contract. I think they're going to go in there and say, "Look, this is where you fall in line," and he's going to agree with that, and we're gonna move on from this. Like, I don't think it's that big of a negotiation thing. I
You
really
don't
don't.
think so?
I don't think so. No, because I think Danny understands who he is.
Y'all said
I,
that about Dak Prescott. Y'all said that about Kirk Cousins.
I'm
These
just telling.
motherfuckers want their money.
I understand that Danny wants his money, but at the same time, I think Danny is going to consider several things.
Like what?
Well, one of those things is Danny, if the Giants hold this against him, if this regime holds it against him, it's like, hey, look, you've only played one full season basically here. That's true. He's only really played one
You know
full
what my
season.
retort to that is, Pizzle?
Go ahead.
Well, y'all just gave Saquon $12 million. Yeah, they hold it against him.
Yeah, but they haven't given Saquon. Hold on, they haven't given him $12 million just yet. That they may, and if that is the case, you're right. He is coming off, he had an ACL injury, but they're going to hold that against him, right or wrong. They're going to potentially. I don't think that they'll hold against him um, the years prior, because obviously Mayer came out and already played his cards on that, right? Because he said, well, we've done everything to screw this kid up. Which is another reason why I think that Mayer will also play a role in just paying the guy, because there could be a sympathy card there, and then now you've played a really good season with a really good coach, and now it's like, well, yeah, this kid can actually play. I just think that Danny also is going to have an understanding. He just seems like the type of player that he is going to realize that, look, I need players around me. And you got
No,
to
you
think,
know.
okay, but no, think about this for a second, Fisk. He didn't have any receivers in college. He hasn't really had anybody to work with in the pros. Somebody has to go to him and say, hey, we can get you some weapons, but you can't break the bank here. And you have to think for a minute, Fisk. His own personal opinion, his own personal feelings is, I would like to actually have a receiver or two that's actually a stud baller. That's actually a baller. If he, and I know that if he breaks the bank, they can't go get that guy. They
Yeah,
can't.
they can.
No, they can't.
They
Not
can.
paying Dexter Lawrence and Andrew Thomas too.
Yeah, they can. Have you seen, bro?
I just don't see that happening.
Look, all I'm gonna say is this, Pizzle. If I would agree with you, if Daniel Jones said that, Daniel Jones was so business. He was so spiteful on his exit interviews. He's gonna hold them to the fire. He was very spiteful.
Yeah, but what if
Very spiteful.
Fisk, he is getting that $40 million contract? What if
Then
what if that's what they've already offered him? He's like, look, that's good. What I'm saying is, if he likes 40, if he's okay with 40, I don't see Daniel going in there and saying, hey, you better give me 50, for example.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
I don't see him doing that.
I really don't know, because Daniel Jones, like, if you put a gun to my head, and say, what do you think Danny's gonna do? I would probably say Danny's gonna play on the tag. Because at the end of the day, I really feel like Daniel Jones was very, very pissed off when they didn't give him that option. And Danny could not wait to say, this is a business. He couldn't wait to say that at the end of that Eagle game. Daniel Jones is the most buttoned up, cliche, say the right thing, get the fuck off the stage quarterback I've seen in my life. He's worse than Eli. At least Eli would crack a damn joke or two at the damn podium. This dude, Daniel Jones, gives you nothing. But yet, at the end of the Eagle game, the first thing he says is, "This is a business." Oh, Danny, do you want to be here? I don't know. There's a business side I got to take care of first. I don't know if I want to be here. What? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, but I don't.
He
That
took it
don't.
very
That
personal.
no.
That
I'm not
sounds like a
saying.
guy who took it very personal.
Yeah, but what if in his mind he thought the Giants were going to offer him 25?
What? No, bro. The
That's what
tag
I'm
is
saying.
$33 million.
That's
He's
what I'm
not.
saying, Fisk. That's what I'm saying, Fisk. Is that when he goes to the podium, maybe he was in his mind thinking like these motherfuckers are only going to give me. They're going to
The
give me.
tag.
They're going to give me below the tag or even the tag. But what if the Giants are like, look, we'll give you 40, and he might say,
I think
I
he wants
accept.
more.
I don't
Because
think he
here's the thing.
does.
Because you know why I think he wants more? $40 million is so 2 years ago. That's Dak Prescott money. That's an outdated contract.
All I'm saying is, Fisk, is that if the geeks got their way, then I could see what Danny's talking about. Definitely. I think that Danny's going to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 40 million per year.
I think Danny's gonna play that tag and get 55 next season.
And honestly, from a business standpoint, he might. That's betting on himself, right?
He has to. They just fucking made him bet on himself last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like from a business
Why
sense,
not do it again?
that's what
Why
I'm
not
saying.
do it
No,
again?
and Danny may look at this and say, "Shit, I'll do a tag." And then come back and get you from 55. Like on it, like seriously.
That's the only move for Danny. That's the only move. You know how you
I
stick
don't
it to
think
Joe
that I
Shane?
don't think that's the only move, but
Well, it's the only
I could
move. You
see
know
it.
why, Pizzle? Because they're not going to give him the Burrow contract right now. They're not going to give him a Jalen Hurts contract right now because he only did it one season. You
Yeah.
do it again next year, they give him a blank check.
Well, I
He
actually
does
think
this shit again next year, they
I
give him a
could
blank check.
I could see the Giants and Joe Shane and Dable saying, "Let's get one more look at him."
Exactly. And you want to know
I
the
could
best
see
way to
that
stick it to
conversation.
Joe Shane? You know the best way you stick it to Joe Shane for not giving you a fifth year option? You fuck his cap up. You fuck his salary cap up because the Giants have $44 million in cap. If they tag Danny, that's $33 million gone. So instead of having $44 million in cap, we got $11 million in cap. You want to stick it to Joe Shane? You fuck his cap up and you play on the tag. That's what you do. But like I said, I really feel like that. If I'm like I said, that's what I do if I'm Danny. If I'm Danny, why the fuck would I take a contract this year when I could play it out? And when I could play it out, bet on myself like Joe Flacco did the year he won a Super Bowl, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
and get whatever I want next year. Whatever I want next year. Hell, the tag next year gonna be $45 million for the non-exclusive tag. So Daniel Jones will literally make more money playing on. Kirk Cousins gave him the blueprint. Dak Prescott gave him the blueprint. You play on the tag until they can't afford to tag you no more. And then you get whatever the fuck you want because they can't let you walk out the door. It's as simple as that. And if Daniel Jones does anything other than that, he's fucking stupid. Daniel Jones would be the biggest idiot on the fucking face of the earth if he signs a long-term contract with the Giants for anything less than Kyler Murray contract. If they give him Kyler Murray money, I'll be like, okay, fine. But Kyler Murray gets $46 million a year. That's a discount. By the time Burrow, Hurts, Herbert, by the time these fucking guys get paid, it's gonna be 55 mil. Why on God's green earth would I sign a contract this offseason when I could just wait for all these fuckers to get paid and bankroll the fuck out of myself next year? Because if y'all don't think Daniel Jones in year 2 of Brian Dable's offense with some weapons isn't going to be that guy, you're fucking insane. You're fucking insane. The year Daniel Jones is going to have next season is going to be fucking scary, bro. It's going to be scary. He's going to be able to command whatever he wants next season. If I'm Daniel Jones, I ain't negotiating with no motherfucking body. I'm playing on the tag, and I'm getting a big bag next season. Shout out to Timmy. Remember, supporting big fish is supporting small businesses. Sup, fellas? Been a minute. It's been a minute since I'm fucking up. Been a minute since I've been here. It's been a minute since I've been here. Wasn't feeling too good lately, but we better now. Bro, I'm tired of all these fake Giants fans shitting on Danny left and right. Like there's options. Slayton trash. Agreed.
Damn.
Yeah, fuck Slayton. But here's the deal, right? Listen, Timmy. Danny wants his money. I see people in the comment section saying, Danny's not as he ain't that petty. He's showing signs of pettiness. Because when you look at Saquon, I want to be a Giant for life. Of course I want to return. I want to negotiate with the Giants. Daniel Jones, man, this is a business. Yeah, it'd be nice to come back, but this is a business first. We got to take care of the business before I come back. He's not playing with this organization, bro. He's not playing. Daniel Jones is not playing games with these people this offseason, bro. They're not. And I don't blame him. And I want him to take this organization for every penny they got. Get the private jet, get the Russell Wilson parking spots, get all that shit. Apex Jack. I'll line up Judge Mathis, send the money. Send $100 to my cash app. I will line up Judge Mathis. You know the vibes. Shout out to William Ruffin. Remember, supporting big fish is supporting small businesses. Giants fans, stop listening to the media. Giants fans are incompetent. DJ is the best quarterback talent ever drafted by this franchise. That's a fact. Even Brady, the GOAT, needed a team. Eli wasn't crowned by the media. DJ, get your money at the 2023 breakout season. Exactly.
I think he just had his breakout season.
And I don't know how much you sent me, William, but I think it's a bag. Because I don't know what AED mean, but it's in pink, so it's a bag. I appreciate that bag, William. Me and Pizzle appreciate the support.
Thank you, William. Appreciate it, man.
But go ahead, Pizzle.
Well, I just think he just had a breakout season. You know, I think now Danny has in my opinion, broke through, and now he's going to submit his spot in that top 5, top 10 range in the quarterbacks in the league. If he's not already there, I think he's a top 10 quarterback already in this league.
Top 5. Only quarterback I'm taking above him is Mahomes.
I mean, I think he has every chance.
Does Daniel Jones choke that game away like Burrow did?
You give him a legit number 1 receiver, I think his game goes through the fucking roof.
Hey, Pizzle, let me ask you a question. If you swap Daniel Jones with Joe Burrow, does he lose that game to the Chiefs? With 2 minutes,
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if I've seen him play with what he's played with, I think T. Huggins and Chase he's going to do wonders with.
It's not even about that. It's about with 2.5 minutes to go. With 2.5 minutes to go, Burrow got that ball and folded. Everybody want to blame it on that damn linebacker. But with 2.5 minutes to go, you give Daniel Jones the ball, he's closing that game. Burrow got the ball with 2.5 minutes to fucking go. And he folded. In the Super Bowl, Burrow got the ball with 2.5 minutes to go. He fucking folded. Can we call Burrow a choker, please?
No.
Daniel Jones is not folding that game. He's not.
I'd love to see Daniel Jones on that Eagles team, that Bengals team, the Chiefs. There's numerous teams I'd love to see him on these teams.
Yo, y'all be comparing Joe Burrow to Tom Brady. With Tom Pizzle, 2.5 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Tom Brady ain't closing that deal? Like, let's really talk about it, bro. Hold Burrow accountable. This is what I mean to tell y'all. When you are liked, nobody will hold you accountable. Everybody like Joe Burrow, so don't nobody want to hold him accountable. The dude choked two straight playoff losses. Dude got Higgins, Chase, Boyd. 2.5 minutes ago, you can't get me a field goal, but you want $55 million a year? I told him to eat dick. Fuck out of here. Super Bowl.
Let's get to our Super Bowl pick.
I mean,
oh wait, you got one more. You got one more super chat.
I mean, that shit fucking bothers me, bro. Like, dude choked the Super Bowl. Dude choked the title game. Like, stop making fucking passes for people that y'all like.
Well, that's the same shit that I'm saying about Lamar though, Fisk. Is that there's some dudes that for some reason they get a pass.
But Lamar don't get no passes. Everybody's still calling him a running back.
Look, okay, that is true. I agree with you on that. But Lamar is going to get a fucking bag and nobody's going to complain about it.
But here's the thing with Lamar. Not only is Lamar won an MVP, but every year he's like the number one seed until he get hurt. For 2 straight seasons, the Ravens were the number one seed in the AFC, and then he got hurt. And I'm granted, he does get hurt. But guess what, Pizzle? You got to try your luck. You got to give him his money. You got to try your luck.
I'm not saying that Lamar shouldn't get paid, Fisk. Because again, I think him and Danny are very similar in styles of play. All I'm saying is that they should be held to the same standard when it comes to how you view them. I really believe that. If
Danny didn't play in New York, he would be loved. I just think this New York thing.
I think if he played in a small market, he would be extremely loved.
If Daniel Jones played in a small market, he'd get $50 million this offseason and nobody would bat a fucking eye. But because he plays in New York, and New Yorkers are just like, they hate you, then they love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to survive the hatred from New Yorkers before they embrace you. And it's just like, New York is weird, bro. Oh, and by the way, me and Pizzle have no beef with New Jersey. I know last week we caught some flack for the Jersey hate. Okay, we don't want no smoke with New Jersey. Okay,
they gotta improve the roadways though.
But all I'm saying is, at MetLife, you would never hear "fuck the Eagles" like you did at the Garden. You won't. You people in Jersey would never do that. You New Jersey people would never have that energy. They was yelling "fuck the Eagles" the whole 76er game. That's the New York energy that I want at MetLife. They would Pizzle. Am I wrong? When have you ever heard that kind of energy at MetLife?
It's been a while.
They was yelling "fuck the Eagles" at a Knicks game. Why we gotta have that at a damn Knicks game? Why we can't have that at MetLife? Like, man, I was so disappointed. See, everybody from Jersey gonna be shitting on me again, but
let's get to our Super Bowl pick, because I got to give the people something. I want to give the people something good.
All right, you want me to do the super chat or you want to do the pick?
Go ahead and do the super chat.
Shout out to William. Next year is perfect after the new deals happen. Yeah, it's Joe Shane's job to rob Daniel Jones this offseason.
It's Joe Shane's job to earn his job.
That too. And if I'm Joe Shane, I'm going to lowball Danny. If I'm Joe Shane, I'm giving Daniel Jones $47 million today. You know why? If I give Daniel Jones $47 million in about 3 months, when Burrow, Herbert, and Hurts get their bag, I'm going to look like a fucking genius. Because Daniel Jones will be $8 to $10 million below those guys in about 2 months. I would give Daniel Jones, I would lowball Danny, give him $47 million, and watch Herbert and Burrow and Hurts and Lamar, and watch those fuckers reset the market back to back to back to back to back. Because guess what, Pizzle? In next year, that Daniel Jones at like $47 million is going to be a fucking discount. Who's going to be complaining about Kyler Murray contract in about 2 months, Pizzle? Who's going to be complaining about Russell Wilson contract in 2 months?
You talk. I got it.
So that's what I'm saying, man.
Like that, like they it's hard. I don't want to go down that wormhole, but like a lot of the Giant fans that I read shit from, they would have given they would have give Kyler Murray the bag, and they'd be holding the bag looking like fools. Yet you got a guy like Daniel Jones who's improved his game tremendously this past year with the right coaching, and I already think he was that dude to begin with, but he took his game up a notch. He deserves the contract. And you want to hold him to these weird standards? Like, it's stupid. It's dumb. It's ignorant. It's petty. It's stupid.
It's really stupid. It's super stupid. And shout out to Jackson. Hurts passed for 120 yards and 150 yards in his 2 playoff games, and he gets slurped. Huh? Explain it to me. Because they like him, Jackson. The media has anointed Jalen Hurts.
They have
like
anointed him. They have.
You know who they don't like, Pizzle?
Daniel Jones.
Dak. No, not him.
Oh, Dak.
They hate Dak. They hate him. They have the media has turned on Dak Prescott. And they turned on him.
They did. They did turn on him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine if Dak, Pizzle, could you imagine what would have happened if Dak choked the title game like Burrow did? If Dak got that ball with 2.5 minutes to go and couldn't get a field goal range, he'd have got fucking murdered. Just like last year. They killed him because he couldn't get it done last year versus the 49ers in a 2-minute drill. What you think they would have did to him if he choked the title game away with 2.5 minutes to go last week? They'd have killed him. But Burrow gets a pass. It's none of my business, but Burrow gets a pass.
It's because he got that swagger.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes got a pass for losing to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Oh, poor Patrick Mahomes. Poor Patrick Mahomes. His offensive line was hurt. Poor him. Whatever, bro. All right, let's get these Super Bowl picks, man.
I just want to give the people something good here, Fisk. We've been giving the winners all year long. And I want to make sure we go out with a bang. I'm guaranteeing this victory, Fisk.
Okay.
This is hitting. This is hitting right now. So call your grandmama. Tell her you need some money.
Okay.
You need to borrow your money. You need to borrow some money out there. Those that still got their grandmama. You need to go out there and bum every money because this bet right here is hitting. I'm telling you, it's hitting, Fisk. You ready for it?
I'm ready.
In the Super Bowl, Eagles, Chiefs, over 51 points.
Whoa, you taking the over?
Taking the over.
Okay.
They're scoring damn near 60 points in this game. But even if they don't, I'm seeing 31-21 at least, bare minimum. That bet is 100% fucking hitting.
Really?
Yes, it's hitting. Over 51 points. If you can get over 50.5, even better. But it's hitting, Fisk. It's hitting.
Okay.
It's hitting.
Interesting.
Yeah. You're welcome. And you're welcome all year long for Pizzle giving you great picks all year long.
Yeah, Pizzle definitely gave y'all some shit. He don't give you the easiest games to bet. No. You have to hold your breath for something.
You got to sweat a little bit. But this bet right here is hitting this weekend.
And my bet is the Chiefs. Just take the don't even take the points. Just pick the money line. Get the plus. What are they? $1.5? They should be like what? Plus 100?
Point and a half.
Yeah, but money line. Just take Chiefs money line. Get the plus money. My bet.
A lot of times the team that covers in the Super Bowl pretty much wins anyways.
Basically.
So if you do like the Chiefs, you should take the money line.
Just take the Chiefs money line. And you know what I do too? I would, if the Chiefs go down by a touchdown, hammer that shit. Hammer it again. Hammer it live. If the Eagles take the opening kickoff and march down the field and get a touchdown, bet it live. You'll probably get the Chiefs plus 200, plus 250 or whatever because they'll be 7-point dogs at that point. Live betting. Bet them again. The Mahomes will win this game, especially after the way they just lost that Super Bowl 2 years ago. And they're the underdog. I like Mahomes being an underdog. The Chiefs seem to take that very, very personal being an underdog.
And plus, Andy Reid off of bye week is pretty dangerous.
He's money.
Money.
And on top of that, too, Pizzle, you think Andy Reid wants to lose to the Eagles? Andy Reid about to have all the gas. He about to have the shit. Andy Reid dumping the clip on Sunday. He dumping the whole clip. He about to have plays from 1975 in that motherfucking book for them.
We about to get a high-scoring Super Bowl. Go ahead and get ready for it.
And remember, Brandon Ayuk, speaking of Brandon Ayuk, he said, I will bet every penny on the Chiefs because they're going to expose the secondary the way we were going to until Purdy got hurt.
Yep. They're going to score points, I'm telling you.
They're going to put 40 on them.
They're going to score points.
Yeah, that's their weakness, is their secondary. That's their fucking weakness.
But let me also say, Fist, I want to thank everybody for supporting this podcast this season. What really means a lot to both Fisk and I. Thank you guys for the super chats and all the comments and all this and that, and it means a lot to us that you would support this endeavor that we took on, and we will regroup over the next several weeks and try to bring you guys something even better in the future.
Really, Tibbs? Oh my gosh, I hate Thibodeau.
What'd he do now?
And I'll talk about the Knicks coach, not Kate.
What'd he do?
The Knicks just traded Cam Reddish to the Blazers for Josh Hart. This is the most Thibodeau fucking trade I've ever seen in my life, bro. All Josh Hart do is play defense and rebound. That's it. He's a hustle player. The Knicks just traded Cam Reddish for fucking Josh Hart, bro. This is why the Knicks made me sick. I swear the Knicks made me sick. I hate the Knicks. Knicks can't do nothing right, bro. They find ways to do dumb shit, bro. Tibbs, man. And I ain't talking about Kayvon. We talk about the Knicks. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, shit, Fist, what Kayvon? No, we ain't talking about Kayvon. We talk about the Knicks. Tom Thibodeau need to go, bro. This dude Cam Reddish is better than Josh Hart, but man, you know what, bro? On that note, bro, I want to co-sign Kyle Pizzle and say thank you for the support. This has been a great first season of the Giants Outsiders. Lots of great super chats. Lots of great interaction on Twitter. We had some big numbers from a viewing standpoint. We hit 300 a couple times this year, which is good for us. And man, without y'all, this ain't possible, man. You can't fake YouTube. You can't fake the comment section. You can't fake the like button. You can't fake the love, man. Y'all show up. Y'all support us every Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how much drama me and Pizzle get into, y'all still come back. You know, I can't do this show with anybody but Pizzle. You know, because it's hard to stand next to Big Fisk, being blackballed, shitting on content creators who cross them. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Believe it or not, Pizzle was way more toxic than I am. Pizzle always getting me into some shit. Pizzle be on Twitter going in on people. Pizzle always in some shit, bro. But I would never turn my back on him. Whoever he got beef with, I got beef with. So, you know, it is what it is, man. We the outsiders. We supposed to be in some shit. That's why we the outsiders, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we will see y'all for free agency. We gonna take a little bit of a hiatus. I'm gonna change the title to season finale because I don't want people thinking we ain't doing the show no more. I ain't think people would take it literally, Pizzle. So I'm gonna change it to season finale. But season 2 of the Giants Outsiders, it's gonna be better than ever. Can't nobody break down free agency in the draft like Big Fisk and the 60-minute man can. So we gonna have some great discussions. Shout out to Twist. He says, thank y'all for the best show on YouTube.
Appreciate Twist.
Like I said, you can't fake the love, man. Can't fake the love, yo. We really appreciate the love y'all give us, man. Can't fake the love, man. So with that being said, Pizzle, anything you want to say before we close out?
Just appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support.
All right, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. I'm sick as a dog. Forgive me for the sniffle in this show. I'm sorry. But we up out of here, man. Y'all stay safe. Don't bet nothing you cannot. Oh, one more thing. One more freaking thing. It's gonna be it's gonna be 1,000,000 props on Sunday for the Super Bowl. Don't lose your money betting on stupid coin tosses, American flag, what is it? The national anthem.
Yep.
Don't lose your money trying to bet how long it's gonna take Rihanna to sing a song on the halftime show. Don't do it. Do not bet the color of the Gatorade. Don't do it. Save your money. Okay? I just had to bet responsibly. If you bet the color of the Gatorade cup and lose money, you freaking deserve it. If you bet how long somebody gonna sing the national anthem and lose, you freaking deserve it. Some of these props are built to take your money. Don't do it. Pizzle gave you the over. Fist Vegas gave you the Chiefs. That's where you put your money at. Don't put your money on no freaking prop bet. And that's how we end season 1, giving them a gem like we always do. Get your notebooks out. We up out of here, yo. We'll see y'all for free agents.